Hell yeah.
Hello.
Welcome back, you all lads.
Yes,
lasses.
mess with the microphone so that
We're professional here.
we are not professional.
Well, like, look at that.
Because I had to re-record the visuals for that entire 6-hour block.
Re-record what? What?
That 6-hour block, there was no video.
Oh, no!
So I had to re-record and then match up the visuals to the audio.
You're shitting me.
That sucks.
You got that issue that I just cleaned up?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it started because of an update that I can't fix.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
wow.
I was thankful it was just the video, because that's easy to replace.
Yeah.
If the audio fucked.
Yeah, just nothing.
That's obscene,
But that meant
dude.
that I had to, like, for a 6-hour block, I was just, like, timing it to the audio.
So you had to relive the whole
Yeah.
last 6 hours of
Yeah.
Leo's route again. Bro. Well, welcome back. We're playing Echo. We're going to keep going, huh?
Yes.
All right, where are we? We are here.
Yes.
And we just started on Tuesday of Flynn's
Yeah,
route.
yeah.
Good old Flynn. Oh, that's not Flynn.
No,
I thought we were doing Flynn's route.
no,
Okay, then.
no. Remember, he said he was going to invite Carl.
That's right. That's because him and Carl are friends.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. No, shit.
You
Whoa.
scrolled.
Wrong.
There you go.
Okay, we're here. How's this look?
Carl dangles the lure in front of himself, bouncing it around. Flynn squints at it incredulously.
Incredulous.
Is that a word?
That's a word.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
I'm pretty sure his muzzle would be hanging open if he didn't have a toothpick in his mouth.
Oh, they're going fishing. Jesus fucking Christ, Carl. What is that? What?
Carl has tried the spinner to in a giant ugly knot, the string sticking out in every which way. You're just gonna let your cat do that?
I am. He's just, what do you mean do it? Whatever. This is why I told you to fucking wait.
I guess Carl had gotten impatient and decided to tie his own lure while Flynn helped him with mine. Flynn takes out a knife and from his pocket and takes the spinner from Carl, scowling.
I'd throw this away if I didn't have so fucking few of them. What's wrong with you, Carl?
Carl shoves his paws into his pocket and he watches Flynn struggle with getting the knot fixed.
Man, Flynn's so passionate about fishing. I don't see what the big deal is. It's attached, isn't it?
He looks at me and grins, shrugging his shoulders. I shrug back.
You made it so fucking big, it's not gonna spin right.
Flynn mutters angrily under his breath, squeezing his forearms to his chest as he tries to keep his fingers steady. Carl rolls his eyes and looks over at me and grins.
Why we gotta fish with these when we got an otter with us?
I'm willing.
That's not the point.
Flynn almost growls, prodding and poking at the messy knot.
It's about relaxing. And how's Chase gonna relax swimming around the whole time?
He finally seems to get a handle on the mess and starts tugging outline.
And how am I gonna relax with you fucking everything up?
You love it, Finn. You love it.
You just put up with it, dude.
The line finally drops away from the spinner.
That's what I get. That's what I get for bringing a pothead along. Hey, I'm straight right now. When are you ever straight, Carl?
Is anyone in this game straight?
No. Jenna?
Jenna?
Is she? I don't know. I don't know what she gets up to at college.
You know, neither do I. Flynn snickers.
You sure about that?
Carl rolls his eyes again.
Ask Chase. Blech.
I sit on a rock and I slowly reel in my line, watching my spinner glisten under the water. Why are you asking me?
You have, what's it called? Gaydar?
Isn't the idea that everyone has it? He doesn't respond as Flynn starts showing him how to actually tie his line. I came up empty and cast the line out again, listening to the clicking whistle. This word trips me up every fucking time, and I just don't understand of the reel before the spinner lands on the and with a plop in the middle of the pond. So not at the river, at the pond.
At the pond.
It's different.
Big different.
I was wondering where Flynn would go fishing since we wouldn't go to Emma, obviously. Turns out he and Leo found this pond 20 minutes out of town and deep in the wilderness. Unsurprisingly, no one comes here, which is why Flynn says the fishing is good. There definitely is something calm about being out in the middle of nowhere, especially with the repetitive motion of fishing to keep you occupied. Finally, Flynn finishes showing Carl how to cast, and the ram launches his spinner out almost all the way to the other side of the pond.
Careful, idiot! If you get it snagged at the other end, I'll whoop your ass. Oh, lay off, Flynn.
Carl reels in fast, then casts out again, making a pew sound as he does.
Blessed.
Flynn sighs before walking up next to me, watching as I reel in much slower. I feel a little self-conscious with the way he stands over me, worried I'm doing something wrong. Sure enough, he steps forward, his chest against my back, and he grips the pole.
Grab it above the reel post, here.
He holds the rod, then grabs my paw and slides it up the pole.
Flynn, that's gay. That way you can really grip it when you catch something.
He's right up against my back, arms wrapped around
This is
me.
the fucking pottery scene from, like, what is it, Ghost? Whatever that fucking movie is.
What are you talking about? I don't know.
He doesn't watch live action movies.
What is that?
I know what you're talking about.
Okay. As
Yeah,
long
I've
as
never seen that movie, but
Neither
I
have
know
I.
that scene.
Well, I've never seen the movie either.
Yeah,
what is it, just a really gay pottery scene?
it's no.
It's not- it's very straight.
It's a ghost
Aw.
man and a woman.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
it's before he's a
okay.
ghost.
He can be a
I
ghost.
thought he was a ghost.
Was he a ghost when he does it?
I don't know.
I haven't seen the movie! I have no idea!
Blessed, absolutely blessed. I swallow and try to focus on the pole. Which pole? All right.
Which pole?
I hear him give a low chuckle in his throat, and I glare. Of course, he knows what he's doing right now with my paws on the pole. He's probably rubbing it in what he said yesterday. I decide to respond by sliding up my tail to the inside of my legs, and I feel him shift against me, his chuckle turning into a grunt of surprise.
Chase, that's gay. What the hell are you guys doing?
Preparing.
Preparing.
Flynn lets go of the pole and steps back as Carl watches us. His face screwed up in exaggerated disgust.
Showing him how to fish. Now it's your turn, fatty.
Carl pauses. That's just their relationship.
That's like straight
Yeah.
up just, yeah. It's not like we haven't done this before. Plus, I don't know if I want to feel your cloaca on my ass. Too bad.
Just a normal Tuesday for these two.
Just a normal Tuesday.
I focus back on fishing, still feeling a little warm from the the close encounter I had with Flynn. I'm a little angry that he tried that, especially so soon after what happened. I try to focus on how relaxing the motions are, sweeping the lake clockwise as I cast out again and again. If I really did want to catch a fish, though, I would be swimming in the water right now. Oh, isn't that what you want?
Just trying to make it nicer.
Why you're not listening?
We're getting a lot of peaks. I can see the thing. Bruh.
It's fine. It's fine. It isn't hard to do. I've done it several times when I was younger in the reservoir. Of course, that's less relaxing since you have to actively search for the fish rather than just placidly until one bites your lure. I've never killed one before, though.
Careful, Carl.
I wince and look to the side, seeing Flynn covering his head and ducking as Carl's lure bounces and swings around above him.
You didn't let go of the fucking button.
Oh, a button one. Okay.
Like a child?
I don't know. I don't fish. That's my dad's hobby.
Fishing's fun, though.
No, I get bored as shit.
That's the point.
So I guess, like, the act of fishing itself, I think is fine, but it's messing with the fish after I hate.
That's fair. You're not really
Touching
one
them?
to...
Yeah, I'm like,
One day. I'm not gonna kill this thing.
yeah. And, like, even taking it off the hook is really fucking annoying. I don't like doing it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Carl shrugs and starts to swing his pole around, trying to unwrap the line from his pole.
Well, if you weren't right up against my tail, you wouldn't have had to worry about that. I'm trying to show you. Kapew!
Carl launches his lure over the pond, so far that it almost lands on the opposite bank.
Again.
It does, however, wrap tightly against a branch sticking out from the fallen log in the shallows.
Whoops.
Fucking believable. Oh, shit.
He starts tugging and pulling, trying to get it untangled from the log. That makes it worse!
No, stop. You're gonna have to walk around the edge and get it. What? There's fucking cacti on the edges. No way in hell. Too bad. That's one of my last fucking lures. What? Come on.
Carl shrugs, a shoulder slump as he looks out across the pond. I sigh and set down my pole and start stripping my shirt off, followed by my pants. After a pause, I decide to take off my boxers too. It's not like Jenna's here. Like,
Just out and about now.
Chase.
He's just ready. Yeah.
It takes them a
Necessary.
while to stop arguing, now about the plural form of cactus, and realize that I'm now nude.
Chase?
I'll get the damn lure. Just stop arguing.
Just wanted an excuse to give a little striptease, huh?
Shut up. We've all seen each other naked. I do try to angle my hips away so they can't see my balls and cock.
It's funny just seeing it like right just out. The words my balls and cock.
Which is hard to do considering I've got a pretty steep bank to waddle over. I managed it though, and pretty soon I'm slugging through thick mud.
Careful. I don't know what the fuck's in there.
Didn't you say no one comes here? I didn't get his response because I dive in after the familiar feeling of water closing up around me, cutting off air and sound. Again, it's a huge relief to be back in the water, and I drift towards the bottom. It's not deep at all, and the water here has a slimy feel that I don't really like. Still, it's better than nothing, and I undulate slowly across the pond. It doesn't take long to reach the log, as it's only about 30 feet away. I have a bob a few times to surface to look around, though, since the water is too murky to see through. I'm actually kinda starting to regret doing this. I try to remember if I have any cuts or sores I'm gonna have to douse in preoxide later. That's when one of my paws bumps the log and I bob up to the surface, wiping the paw across my eyes. I see the line glinting above me, some drops of pond water clinging to it. I reach up and grasp it between my index and thumb and follow it to the branch. I feel Carl giving it a few tugs.
Hey, Chase. Flynn says there's leeches in the pond.
I hear a loud smack followed by a yelp.
Don't fucking yank it around. You want to snag his eyeball?
I ignore them and search for the lure. I continue to follow the line until I lean over the log and spot it, the spinner, shimmering in the sunlight, the hook wedged into the soft, wet wood. It comes out easy, and I carefully lift it, making sure I'm out of the way of the hook in case Carl decides to yank the line again. When I turn around, I'm glad to see that Flynn's got the pole now. I hold up the lure to show him and let it drop back into the water. Flynn slowly starts to reel it back in. I go back in, slowly swimming back to the opposite bank. It's at the point that I see a silver flash in the right of my field of vision. I look over and I see a fish swimming lazily over some plant life at the bottom of the pond. I pause and wonder, and would have smiled if my mouth wasn't going to be filled with pond water. It would be funny, after all this time with the lures and the poles, for me to just pop out of the water a fish and paw. I swim over to it slowly, lingering to the side so I won't block the sunlight before diving down, snatching it up. I lash my claws to keep it from escaping as I give a little wiggle of delight. It's been a long time since I've done this, but it looks like I've still got it. I turn and start swimming back to Flynn and Carl, and that's when I suddenly feel like I'm being watched.
By the fish.
Yeah. It's not the typical feeling, though. This is much more intense. I pause and look over my shoulder, then forward again. It's pointless because everything's cloudy. I can't see more than 10 feet. I've sunk down to the bottom of the pond, both my feet resting in deep muck as I crouch, trying to figure out where the feeling is coming from. It doesn't help that my head is starting to buzz, a tone building in my head that sounds like an orchestra tuning. I haven't been down here that long. I shouldn't be running out of air. Of course, I should just swim up to the surface where it's bright and safe, but I don't, because this feels too familiar. I think back to when I was 12, playing in the abandoned school with Carl. Was I hiding from him in the second floor classroom when I felt this exact feeling? Intense, almost physical, like a hand was grabbing into the back of my neck. I look around again, and then finally look down at the fish in my paw. You still have it?
Yeah.
And now I know where it's coming from. Before I know I'm whipping upward, breathing through the surface is in less than a second, and swimming towards my friends. I stumble up onto the bank, splashing water everywhere as I do. I'm not holding the fish anymore.
What the fuck were you doing?
I try to steady my breath, hoping they'll just think it's because I was down so long, rather than me being freaked the fuck out. Carl's laughing next to Flynn as I start pressing my paw down my body, trying to speed up the drying process. What? Carl shrugs, but Flynn smacks him upside the head again.
He pissed in the water while you were under.
Great. Honestly, I didn't really care right now.
I wouldn't worry about it. You didn't come up near it, and there's probably worse in there anyway. Speaking of which, why don't you go further up the stream and wash up? I don't want you bringing pond shit into my truck.
Okay. I sigh, pick up my clothes, just glad that they're seemingly haven't noticed anything's off. Luckily for me, Flynn parked right next to the stream, so it's easy to find. It's freezing cold, though, compared to the pond, so I get washed up quickly. I gasp as I splash the water over my body, shivering before I stand back and start squeezing the water out of my fur again.
Everything okay?
I jump and look back. Flynn's leaning against his truck, arms folded, watching me. I blush. It was easier to be naked in front of two of them, but for some reason, it just being Flynn makes me way more embarrassing.
How embarrassing.
Right?
Oh, man.
I turn back around, pressing my tail hard against my ass as I wave my arms up and down, trying to dry off. Hey, come for a show?
Yeah, always wanted to see the naked otter mimicking a bird.
Shut up, I'm trying to dry off. Flynn doesn't say anything, so I just turn around, not even bothering to cover up, paws on my hips. Okay, seriously, you just come to see me naked? He hasn't moved at all, but he cracks a smile.
Maybe.
I don't let that trip me up, and instead thrust my hips out, legs spread.
Chase.
Well, there you go.
I got a towel in my truck.
He's still smiling, and his eyes definitely aren't on mine. Flynn has flirted with me before, even while I was dating Leo. I vaguely remember there being some altercations between the two. I make my way towards the truck, again trying to angle my hips away from him. You really know how to creep a guy out. I lift up the handle, but the door doesn't open. Hey, unlock the... Something shoved hard into the small of my back, and I'm thrown forward to land with a wet splat against the hot metal of Flynn's truck. What the hell? Something tall, skinny, and muscular presses up against my back. Chills run down my spine as Flynn's muzzle snuffles into my ear, a low growl, growling in his voice.
You really think you can just tease me like that and get away with it?
Yeah?
Jesus.
His paws slide around my body, between the car and my stomach, before moving up my chest. I'm frozen that way, paws against the passenger window, as I stare in shock through it at the truck's steering wheel, though I'm not really seeing it.
This went 0 to 60 real fucking quick, huh?
I mean, he is naked.
I mean, I guess.
So it was already vaguely sexual already.
I was about to say, like, he needs to chill a little bit.
A little bit.
No, this is just how Flynn is.
Aggressive.
He's a very aggressive person. There's a pause, and I think it's because he's waiting for my response to see if I tell him to stop or not. I don't. Chase.
Of course he doesn't.
Into it, so.
Leo who?
Well, remember, he's not dating Leo.
That's right.
He's a free agent.
He is a free agent.
Twink.
And Kudzu's not in this route.
That's true.
So... I don't, though, and I lean my head again back into his neck, feeling my entire body break out into goosebumps as he rubs at my chest.
You like that, don't you? Jesus, Flynn.
I respond with a gasp as his sharp teeth graze across one of my stubby ears, his hot breath sending another wave of chills over my skin.
God, Chase.
His hands slide down again, slowly, feeling out my body.
Carl's here too, you know.
They're on the other side of the truck. It's fine. It's fine.
Acting like a little slut. You didn't think this was gonna happen?
I stiffen a little under the remark and lift my tail up again between his legs. You're one to fucking talk. I'm not completely sure about what's going on, if this is a spur-of-the-moment thing, or if he's just trying to prove a point. What I do know is that we both want it.
Oh, shit. Is this an important decision?
Yes, it
is!
is!
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
Which one will kill you?
I don't know. Do you think... do you think Chase is a top or a bottom?
Chase is definitely a bottom bitch.
Yeah, okay, but do you want Flynn to be Chase's bottom bitch?
Can he?
Can he?
Look! It's...
But, like... Jesus
And that's when they both found out they were both
bottoms.
bottoms.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
We'll see if this works. Hang on.
You're a coward.
Important decisions.
Aggressive as Flynn can be, I know he's got a soft side. On top of that, he caught me off guard, and that's annoying. For a moment, Flynn pauses again, as if he's distracted by something, but I give him time to tell me what it is. Using my tail to coil, it coils to his thigh, and I drag the reptile around, ending his spin with his back thumping into the trunk. My paws slip into his open shirt, pinning either side of the button up to his arms. He grunts, a smirk on his muzzle as he leers at me.
Well. There's the spicy otter I used to know. Forgot how damn strong otter tails can be.
A grin of my own works across my muzzle. And I forgot how soft scales can be. I bring my snout to his stomach and firmly nuzzle it into the patch of orange scales there. Flynn's abs flex for a moment, but then relax as I work my broad nose in. His skin is a little coarse, but underneath it is a soft and warm. It had always been Flynn's soft spot. Not just physically, it's also a reptile sensitive spot for him. I really said, yeah. I found this out years ago while I was when I first tickled him. Why were you doing that?
Well, that's so weird, huh?
Right? And it's evident in the little lizard moan that slips out of his muzzle.
Ah, cheap move, Chase. Fucking otters and their wet, cold-ass noses.
Yeah, and you love it, Flynn. I'm not exactly sure what's gotten into me. It's like I'm a teenager again with the way I'm acting. I can see Flynn's surprise too, but he doesn't say anything. At this point, his button-up has slipped over his shoulders, revealing more of his lithy form?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lithely.
That's a word. Form. His dark scales and orange scales both glisten in the desert sun. Flynn's biceps flex as he struggles with my hold. You're struggling? Flynn!
He might be play struggling.
Yeah, okay. I mean, he does want it. He's a bitch. Which would have been an act because he sure as hell couldn't have broken the pin if he tried.
Okay, so maybe he is just a weak bottom bitch, actually.
His playful struggling only gets me more excited. Jesus Christ, Chase.
Jesus.
My sheath is filling rapidly now, and I can see his pants are fully tinted. Yup.
My God.
He sighs breathily and relents as I keep my hold firm, continuing to tease his belly. It's like a leather pillow, supple. Flynn's face flushes as I bring my paws to his waist, pressing his to his truck, caressing his torso. My paws glide over his chest before sliding down his side, then around his waist to grope his ass.
Fuck, I don't just let anybody touch me like this.
Sure you don't. I seriously doubt that.
He's got you pegged, bro.
Probably likes that too.
Yeah,
Probably does. A little shiver runs through the lizard. Then he leans in, free from my grasp, nibbling breathly into my ear, and I shiver a little bit in return.
When is Carl just gonna find them? That's just what I'm waiting for.
Nah, Flynn's just watching.
Hold on. I got him.
Oh, the computer.
Sorry.
Yep.
It's okay.
That's why it's closed. Flynn slouches down for better leverage. His paws. He's a lizard. Are those called paws?
Paws are animal
I
hands.
thought they were claws.
Paws are just animal hands. It's fine.
Are
It's
they?
because he doesn't have paw pads or anything, but it's fine. It's just
He doesn't have beans.
they don't have hands; they have paws. That's just kind of.
Do we
the
call
world.
lizards? Do we call those hands though?
No.
Like with normal lizards, do we call those paws?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure we do just call them claws.
Wow, that was a good.
No, it's because of the spray bottle.
Yeah.
He hates it.
Fine. Okay. Flynn and his paws wrapping to the small of my back. I take advantage of him being at my height level, and I glide to my wet tongue over the slick scales of his neck. Man, they just going.
They really do be though.
His whole body gives a little weird jump, his hands snapping up to grab my arms, almost painfully, but he doesn't push me away. I give a little grunt of annoyance and shrugging off his hands, bringing my own paws back to his front. Dragging my blunt claws along his stomach, I trail them to around his back, scratching into his scales. Flynn rasps, letting out another reptilian moan. I can't help but giggle, pressing my body into the
Euphoric.
Man, I hate these syllables.
He's in euphoria. He's having a good time.
I mean, Flynn's always having a
He's
good
fucking
time.
getting it.
I'm having a good time. Having a good time.
I mean, that's basically Flynn, though.
Mm-hmm.
He tilts his head back, eyes half-lidded, and moan agape, his tongue flicking out at the air.
Does he have a forked tongue?
He probably does. I don't know. He's
What
like,
kind of lizard is he?
I think they said he's a gilla. I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
Right?
Just a gilla.
They refer to him as a gilla, and I'm like, you're a lizard. I don't care if that's incorrect. I'm gonna be ignorant.
They still do the tongue thing.
Probably. For a moment, I realized exactly what I'm doing. Making out with my old childhood friend. Strange as it seems, it's sexual. It's sexy as hell. Sure?
Yeah, why not?
A few years ago, there was no way I'd be okay with this. I guess the time apart, along with being pent up for a few days, helped to spur me on. I'm nearly fully out of my sheath at this point. My cock pressing into his tented pants crotch. He pulls me in, and I undulate against him, grinding into his crotch with my own. You're just...
For
Are
real.
you so horny?
Just going for it, though.
At least take off his pants, like...
I'm sure we'll get there.
I'm
sure we'll get there.
Writing out the reptile
I'm just
spasm.
waiting for Carl to be like, "The fuck are you
The
doing?"
fuck,
I think
yos.
he'll enjoy watching.
He's just gonna, like, he just pulled up with some
The end of
popcorn. Crunch,
I don't
crunch,
know.
crunch.
He's into Fuda. So, I smooth my paw pads down his back, dipping below his pants belt, line under his boxer briefs. Again, I grab two pawfuls of naked gilla ass,
Yeah, it's a gilla,
clasping
okay.
Flynn's butt on either side as of his short, fat tail.
God damn it, Chase. Had I known you still. Ooh.
I grope the lizard, cutting him off. Sorry, liked that face you made. Go on.
Would have made a move sooner, is all.
I slid my paws around his waist towards the front and brush up against something very hot and solid. I grin, feeling mischievous.
Mischievous.
Yeah, words are the same.
Yeah.
It's all the same thing.
Or yeah, I guess they're pronounced differently.
I don't know.
Mischievous.
It's like I look at that and just like, what's whatever.
Yeah.
Wrapping my paws around Flynn's rock solid member, I give a brisk, smooth pump.
I hate
Never.
it being called a member, but that's like what people refer to it as in fiction.
Do they?
Yeah,
I don't know.
calling it a member. It's a member.
Oh, okay. They can call it
member
they
of
want.
what?
Yeah, right.
The one-man band. That's all it is.
Terrible. He moans, practically melting over me now. His muzzle is in the crock of my neck, and I think I feel him drooling down my back. Jesus Christ,
Bro. Shit. You must have been a handful for Wolfie Boy. He's not the type to easily submit.
It's glass.
Oh, it came off.
Oh, I see the chunk. Why, do you want to eat it?
I could have cut my mouth.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I think it's time for this to go.
Probably so.
No, just put tape over it.
Well, I could fix it with like food safe epoxy.
Eh, it's an old glass.
Flynn's right. Leo was a stubborn boyfriend in and out of bed. Oh, okay. With a lot of coaxing, I could eventually get him to see things my way, but that hardly ever happened. I had a lot more energy as a teenager, more zest, I guess. It's hard to explain, but over the years, I've just become more, well, exactly what Flynn's accusing me of being. Personally, I just chalk it up to growing up. But right now, I do sort of feel like my old self, and that's kind of incredible. Hey, I'm a versatile otter. I like to trade off. Do you? I grin as Flynn guides my paws into his briefs, returning a smirk.
Oh shit.
Why? Rotate your saves!
Not this. I don't have to rotate every save, you dink.
I'm sorry I have to make this callback, but you know what this reminds me of? Fuck Mr. Hatcher.
We love fucking Mr. Hatcher.
But would you
Alright.
fuck Flynn?
Okay, let's see.
Nah.
Should we just go for the gold and the
Go for the gold in the Beijing, Olympics.
Tease his soft spot. I'm gonna grope him some more.
How spicy you feeling?
How spicy.
I don't know.
It's your decision.
It's all pretty spicy. I mean, I guess Chase is like ready for it, huh?
I'm about to pull my paws out of Flynn's grasp when he steps back. He lets go of my wrists, his expression on his face strange again. He's looking for something. I'm confused, still sort of slack-jawed as I stare back at him. What? Slowly, his expressions becomes more resolute, almost dark as he steps back further away from me, folding his arms.
Nothing. Just realized that Carl could see us. We shouldn't have done this here.
Huh?
Damn, Flynn.
He's acting like I started this. I'm feeling self-conscious now that he's clearly not interested in continuing. I turn away slightly, one paw against the car as I angle my body so he can't see my dick anymore. I look back over my shoulder at him, feeling myself getting angry. Hey, you're the one! But he's already turned around and heading back towards the pond. I watch him go, feeling bewildered and maybe even a little hurt. Asshole. I muttered under my breath. Did he stop because he decided I wasn't up to his standards? Yes.
No, because I didn't want Carl to see.
What? He had a relaxing evening fishing and then has a show.
Yeah, why not?
The idea hurts even more because I imagine those are pretty low.
Damu.
I stand there for a little while, feeling like a complete idiot, before finally heading back to the stream. I've picked up all kinds of shit from smearing my body against his dirty truck. I'll be sure not to let him take advantage of me so easily again. Sure. We're heading back to Elizabeth Street after dropping Carl off. The drive only a little awkward. Flynn's really good at acting like nothing's wrong when he wants to, and I'm totally fine with that right now. That's when I see a set of familiar ears through the window of the convenience store. Hey, it's TJ. My best friend. Flynn ducks his head into to look out my window.
Looks like it.
He flips a U-turn, which isn't a big deal since no one's on the road, and pulls up into the parking lot. What are you doing?
Stopping by to say hi?
Oh, okay. I guess I need to buy some stuff anyway. I look out the window so Flynn can't see the look on my face. I already know that this is a bad idea. What?
Sure. When is it ever a bad idea for Flynn and TJ to be in the same room?
Yeah. TJ's at the register and his ears flick in our direction before he turns to see us.
What?
You went
What?
backwards.
Oh, wait, I'm pushing the wrong button.
Yeah, you are.
Sorry, I'm using my left hand. It's weird.
Well, use your dominant hand.
I'm using that for my tea.
Use that with your offhand.
I was, but now I don't want to.
Oh, Jesus. At first he smiles when he sees me, but then his ears fall flat when he sees Flynn coming in behind me. Jenna pokes her head from behind TJ, and now I know this is a really bad idea. They're both a little dirty, and TJ has his backpack on. I wave at them and let them know I've seen them before moving towards the back of the store. I need to get some bottled water since I don't really like drinking from the faucet in the motel. I hear Flynn say something as he walks up to them, and I silently hope that by the time I get back, everything will be magically resolved. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will.
Sure.
Because the old corner market's closed, this is the only place where you can buy food aside from the diner. That fucking sucks.
That's pretty
Oh,
bad.
choices.
Yeah, but if like your only two options is like a sit-down diner or like a
Gas
conveni,
station.
Yeah.
that's kind of like the.
It's not a good convenient.
No, and Flynn said there's no grocery store in this town. Period.
Yeah, they have to go to like.
That's
They have to go to.
awful.
They have to go to Peyton
Yeah,
for
they
it.
have to
That
drive
is
30
awful.
minutes.
So it is like West Virginia.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah. So you have this in the diner. That's a lot of drink selection, though. I'll give them that.
Pretty
Yeah,
good.
Drinks are nice.
Yeah.
That's about it. Sometimes candy's nice too, but
Yeah.
it's not food.
No. You can buy some boxed donuts, though.
It's just snacks.
Looking around at the selection, I can see why Flynn takes the 30-minute drive to Peyton to get his food. I grab a few bottles of water and head back to the front. My hope of the resolutions are dashed as I can see the awkward situation unfolding in front of me.
Woof.
TJ stands on the other side of Jenna now, keeping her between him and Flynn. No one's saying anything as I get to the register, the air tense and TJ fidgeting with his facial fur. As I pull out my wallet, I look over to Jenna. Hey, how's your hike? Fine. Hot. A red fox I don't recognize takes the $2 I hand to him. I feel Flynn shift around next to me. Then I hear him take in a breath.
Hey, Tej, did you...
Hey, Flynn, did you forget about what happened yesterday? I cringed. Jenna's tone is sharp, and now I wish I could turn invisible.
Huh?
Can't you tell he doesn't want to talk to you? Flynn doesn't say anything. The tension in his is so thick in here. I feel like I'm back in the slimy pond. The cashier fox pauses in handing me my change, staring at Flynn and Jenna.
He's like, ooh, hot drama.
Thanks. I almost yell as I reach out for the money, as if the volume of my voice will make everyone forget and provide Flynn the opportunity to escape. It doesn't work.
Ch-
We're not kids anymore, Flynn. You can't just threaten us treat us like crap and expect us to act like it's okay when you decide we're worth talking to again. Flynn's hunched over, staring off to the side, towards the back of the store. TJ suddenly heads to the door, and I can see his face twitch as he passes me. Jenna follows him past Flynn, before turning around, and she reaches the door. If you want to talk to us again, you're going to have to act like an adult and apologize. Otherwise, later. She exits, leaving us in the most awkward, painful silence I've ever heard in my life. The clerk openly stares at Flynn.
Jeez.
I fumble with the change in my wallet, trying to pretend like nothing happened. Do you wanna... Flynn turns and walks out the door. I watch him get in his truck, then pull out, his face expressionless. For a while, I stare at the empty parking space as I slowly shove my wallet into my back pocket. The clerk, without anyone else to stare at, is now staring at me. Annoyed, I look right at him. What? He stares back at me, expression vacant.
Huh?
He's young, but the patchy fur and missing teeth the look in his eyes tell me everything I need to know. I suddenly realize where I am and where I come from, and this alone squashes all good feelings I have left of the day. The fox in front of me particularly embodies all the problems with this small town. I feel such a bizarre, intense wave of hatred for him. He's just a clerk.
He's just doing his fucking job, Chase. Oh my god.
That I have to leave the store. Man, Chase, judgmental.
You brought in the
Absolutely.
drama, not me.
He's just trying to work for...
I just work here, man.
Pressing the 2 water bottles against my chest with one arm, I shove my free hand into my pocket, staring at the ground, and I walk back to the hotel. I'm sick of him thinking that he can just do whatever he wants without any sort of consequences. Jenna rustles around in a drawer before using her hip to close it with a snap as she turns to me. I'll apologize to him once he apologizes for ruining the trip. I open my mouth and close it again. Of course, asking Jenna to make up with Flynn is a lost cause.
Yeah.
It's like asking Carl to take off his beanie. Sitting on the bed, I glance at the bathroom door, the faint sounds of TJ's shower coming from within. I hear Jenna sigh before the bed wobbles as she takes a seat next to me. I'd probably feel bad if he hadn't fucked everything up already. I rub the back of my neck with a hand, trying to think of something I can say to convince her. It's just that Flynn is always like this. He doesn't mean anything by it. Well, I'm sick of having to deal with it. He needs to learn how not to talk like an asshole. But it's fun. This is one of the reasons. This is one of the reasons Flynn never fucks with Jenna or really says anything to her at all. She's kind of exempt from the whole unspoken pact we made to Flynn to let Flynn's dickishness slide. Even sensitive TJ accepted it and takes the playful ribbing well enough. Like, okay.
Yep.
I hear the shower shut off, followed by the high-powered whoosh of the hotel's cheap dryer.
What? Sorry. Anyway.
Okay. I hear the shower.
You
whatever.
read that, right?
Okay. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Being a lynx, TJ probably had to stand in that thing for a good 10 minutes before he was even damp. We're adults now. If he wants to get anywhere in life, he needs to shape up. He's getting along all right. Jenna snorts. Yeah, if he's planning to stay here for the rest of his life. I mean, what's wrong with that?
Chase, you literally hate the shit out of this town.
You told the town to fuck itself.
Like, actually.
It was a whole thing.
I mean, that hasn't happened yet. But anyway.
In a different timeline. Where you actually have a boyfriend. I can tell Jenna's giving me a look, but I don't give her the satisfaction of turning my head to see it. Seriously? Anyway, it's clearly a defense mechanism. He feels vulnerable without his I'm an asshole blanket. I mean, you're not a
psychiatrist.
Yet Jenna.
It's the psychologist that can prescribe medicine.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to be a psychiatrist. But you don't need a psych degree to see it. I don't respond, not seeing the point in arguing about Flynn any further. Jenna stretches, then gets up to go over to her laptop on the small table, while I look back on the bed, closing my eyes. Absent-mindedly, I pull my phone out, discovering a text from Leo. Ah, the hand. It returned.
I forgot to tell you. Man, Leo, you suck at texting.
This reminds me of our friend.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you that we were having a surprise party for Carl tomorrow.
Oh, that's nice.
Right. I frown and type out a quick response. You're telling us this. You're telling us this now? It's not until next month. What's up? Jenna's looking up from her laptop at the expression of my face. Leo says we're having a surprise party for Carl tomorrow. Oh yeah? You knew? Well, yeah, Leo told us on the drive back from the river. My phone buzzes again.
Sorry, but we were going to the store tomorrow to get some presents, so don't worry about it.
I frown. This is kind of weird. A whole month early? Jenna shrugs and looks back down at her laptop.
He knows.
Something to do, I guess.
Do it before the mania happens.
Right.
Gotta do it.
I mean, I do think that's a silly idea.
The
early surprise party just so they have something to do.
yeah, just because all the friends are in town.
It's like a month and a half away, and they're just like, whatever, it's fine.
Hell yeah.
I type another response to Leo. I have a lot to do tomorrow. I was planning to go get some footage in the morning. Leo's always been weird. Do you follow any of his accounts? He's always posting pics of his food and stuff.
Sure.
I mean, that's like...
Leave him alone. That's everyone.
Isn't that normal?
That's everyone.
Jenna, you're the weird one.
I guess I can get the present for you, but you're definitely going to the party and then we're gonna go out to see a movie.
That sounds like a nice day.
Doesn't it?
Why are you being salty?
Yeah. I suppose that doesn't sound too bad as long as I'm able to get at least something done for the project. Well, that's if they actually have the party.
That's if. Because you don't have the party in all the routes.
Yeah.
We didn't have the party in Leo's route because shit was going.
Yeah, Carl just went missing.
Yeah. Missing. He fell asleep in a crawl space under the house.
Yeah, well, you know. Something is still bothering me about the whole get-together, though. I can go to the party, but I might need to stay and do more project stuff. What about Flynn? I send that one with some hesitation, feeling like me and Leo are conspiring behind Flynn's back. Well, why not? When I remember what I did behind Leo's back with Flynn, and my toes curl reflects whatever in a cringe. Yeah, technically it's none of Leo's business what I do, but it doesn't change the feeling of wrongness I have about it. I toy with the idea of texting Flynn as well, but knowing him, he probably won't respond right now. I am sorry, to you at least. I look up from my phone at Jenna, who's cracking busily away on clacking. That's that away from on her laptop. For what? Her typing pauses. Because pissing Flynn off is like that is just going to make it an even shittier vacation. I sigh and look back down at my phone, waiting for Leo's response. Well, I don't know. I guess I need to hear it from somebody. My phone buzzes again.
I had a talk with him. It's fine.
I'm about to say something else to Jenna, but I can hear TJ starting to open the door, so I shut my mouth and close my eyes again.
Wow, Wednesday already.
Yeah.
Party popper.
Hurry.
Look at that party. All right.
Make a save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does shit pop off in the weekend?
On the weekend, yes.
Yeah.
On the weekend,
But
yes.
on the weekday, no.
Not usually, no. We're
No.
getting to the day of the party.
Yeah. Did you have a nice day with Flynn?
Oh, it was such a good day.
It was so good. Intimate
Such a good
somewhat.
day. Oh, what a word. Man, Chase be horny. Flynn be... Jesus, y'all. Take a drink.
They're by the lake. They can take all the drink they want.
They will not be satisfied.
Look, I told you that Flynn was the horniest of the five.
Yeah, that's clear. I mean, he wears his shirt half open all the time. That's very telling. Well, that'll be fun to see how the party goes.
Next time we'll do Wednesday.
All right. Until next time.
See you around.
Goodbye.
Yeah, so just stop the recording.